Brands have been around for thousands of years. Let's spend a couple minutes talking about some of the key highlights. In ancient Babylon in 2300 BC, one of the things that they found were town criers. What would happen is a ship would come into a port, they would unload it, and people with loud voices that could get the excitement going would start yelling out what was there, what was available, so everybody started hearing about what they could purchase. In the Middle Ages, which is about 400 AD to 1400 AD, they not only had the town criers, but many of the craftsmen were expected to start making a mark. And so what they would do would be leave a leather mark if they were a leather maker, or have a piece of wood, they would have some sort of burnt engraving on it so that everybody would know who actually made that particular piece of equipment or product or good. In 1440 AD, the Gutenberg printing press was invented. And as you may know, the first thing it printed was the Bible. But there's wide speculation that after that it started printing flyers or advertisements that could be posted in different places and so forth. So marketing was pretty much changed instantaneously because they could very quickly put bills or information together to share about a product, service, or event. In the Industrial Revolution, which was the middle of the 1700s, what happened was companies were starting to mass produce products. For example, they would make crackers and they would put them in a barrel. They would then ship the barrel to wherever their location would be, and people would dig out of the barrel the amount that they wanted. Later on, they started using tins or other smaller packages that they could print colorful information on to define, oh, this is the cracker or the brand that was actually made. So the whole idea of the stamping and the small metals and so forth really came into play. In 1875, the first supermodel was created. It was a woman named Linda Pinkham. And what she did was an image, but sold a product or marketed a product that was supposed to help women with menstrual cramps. Turned out it was about 20% alcohol, and I don't know if there was really any science behind proving that it worked, but you can see here from the little example, it was branded across products and across promotions. One of the first ideas in terms of putting that mark on more than just one product. In 1899, there's evidence of the first $1 million marketing campaign, and it was from a company called You Need a Biscuit, or Nabisco. And so what they did was they showed this kid in a raincoat walking the box of crackers around. What they'd done was create a cellophane lining on the inside that kept the crackers crisp, and so they didn't get soggy or stale, and that was a very big innovation for the time. Of course, the brands and the images that they've used in the branding has changed over time. Here's a quick example from Starbucks. You see it starts in 1971, then was later modified in 1987, and then modified again in 1992, and then finally we have the current logo from 2011. And what usually happens with changes in logos, at least more recently, is they become more simplified. Think of Federal Express down to FedEx, or they become more three-dimensional. If there was an old UPS logo versus the new one that's got a curve and a reflection on it. So these are ways in which companies try to more modernize their look, yet maintain enough that it's very clear that this is still the company and the brand.